Hi guys and dolls, today I'm doing the tutorial for Snow White for my Disney Princess series. I hope you guys are enjoying this series, and if you'd like to see the princesses that I'm going to do or I have done, I'll have a list in the down bar info box thing down below. One really quick thing I want to address because some of you have been asking me about, why don't I do these videos more often, or like why is it dragging out? I like to do these videos as I get inspiration to do each individual. That way I'm not just like, oh, I'm gonna pump out a video, because I don't want to just make videos just to make them. I want to make them good, and sometimes I'm inspired to do my last sugar pill tutorial, and sometimes I'm inspired to do one of these. So that's kind of how I roll, and hopefully that makes sense to you guys and all that good stuff. This video was completely inspired by the lashes. These like spiky lashes, as soon as I saw these, I was like, oh, that's Snow White, because I always think of her as like kind of sweet, like if you just look at this look with my eyes open, it's like, oh, some black eyeliner and white eyeshadow and some red lips, and it's very sweet. And then you get a little closer and you're like, oh, those are studs on those lashes. That's kind of cool. She's kind of a badass. I don't think I'm gonna mess with her. So yeah, that's sort of my inspiration and idea here. If you'd like to learn how I created this look, let's just go ahead and get started. Starting this out with Too Faced Shadow Insurance all over my lid. The overall tone on the eye is very light, but I just want to use a slightly deeper color than my natural skin tone just to create the illusion of a slightly deeper crease. So I'm going to use Omega eyeshadow from MAC, like a beige taupe brown. Take that on a Sigma E25 and just rock that right in my socket line. Nothing terribly fancy, you just want to create that illusion of depth. So you don't want to keep building it and building it, you just want to get it on and blend it. Alright, now I'm going to start working on my lid. I'm going to take my Milani Shadow Eyes pencil in Winter White. I'm going to place that all over the lid. And then I'm going to take my little ring finger and blend that up and out. A little bit. I mean, we don't want to take it like really far out, but I just don't want it to be like a stark line. Next, I'm going to use my Ben Nye Grand Lumiere palette, and this palette, it has all these wonderful fun colors, and out of all of them, I'm going to use the white. You can use whatever shimmery white that you want. I just wanted to use this one because it's really well pigmented, and I like the shimmer in it. I feel like the shimmer in it is not too chunky or anything, and it's one that's always available, so yeah, but really any frosty white would work. And we're going to place that on the lid all over where we placed Winter White, and then blend it a little bit over the sort of background crease color that we used, which was Omega. And I'm taking that into this general area too. It's just going to lift the lid and give us a nice innocent look, I guess. Take our blending brush again and just blend that out. The key to this is just the softness, to just not have any harsh lines. I'm just wiping off the shimmery white on a tissue so that the brush doesn't have lots of it on there. And now I'm going to go in with Blanc type eyeshadow. Again, this is one that you can find a dupe for easily. It's just a like a cream off-white with a slightly more pink undertone. Since the whole rest of my face is going to be covered with makeup, I don't want to have like one bald spot right here at the brow. So this isn't necessarily highlighting, it's just sort of making things match texture-wise. I'm going to take Sugarpill's Lumi eyeshadow and like a concealer brush, and I'm just patting that with a flat brush on top of the white shadow. It sort of reminds me of the glow that the Poison Apple had on it. Yes, no, maybe so. Alright, so now for eyeliner, I'm going to make it relatively thick across the whole lid, but I'm going to do it a little bit thicker through the center to make my eye appear rounder. And then just give it a little teeny tiny tail there at the end. So I went ahead and did my foundation and powder and stuff off camera because these are kind of a beast to apply, these false lashes, and I wanted to be able to show you guys that. Just so you know, for foundation I mixed in some white foundation from OCC actually in with this foundation. I picked up the wrong one, the Pro Longwear from MAC, so that's what I did. I'll have a full list of everything on my blog if you're interested. So for lashes today, I'm doing the faux. They have these really cute studs, And my thought process, actually as soon as I saw these, I was like, oh, these would be perfect for doing Snow White. I do need to cut these down a little bit. And when I cut them down, I'm cutting them down at an angle in, sort of going toward, or like along where the stud is, so that I can cut them down but like keep the maximum amount of like the studs, because I don't want to have to cut down any of the studs, but they're a little long for my eye. So I'm taking my glue and I'm painting it on the back, and I'm going to be applying these a bit differently than how I've been applying lashes lately. So get that glue on there and let it set. And then you'll notice I have this really thick line today. That there's a method to the madness. Not only does this thicker line help my eye appear more round, but it's also going to be sort of our like landing mark for these lashes. I want them to actually be placed on the lid, whereas normally I place them in that little lip between the lid and the actual lash line. Another thing I'm going to do is I'm going to apply my mascara first, and I'm really only going to concentrate it right there at the root, because the lashes are going to cover up most of my natural lashes. Okay, once you feel like the lashes are ready to be applied, I come up from the top and then place them on the lid. It could be a bit difficult because this is kind of a stiffer band. And then you'll want to hold your fingers there while they set. Just gonna do one of these. Okay, so now I just want to do a couple like finishing touches to the eye, the little tiny things that really make a look. The first thing is I'm going to take a white pencil and put that in my waterline. This one is from Lit Cosmetics, it's called Vanilla. Then I'm going to go in with Omega, which is the color I used in my crease, and a little angled brush like this. Smudge this into the lash line. It doesn't have to be, you know, some big bold thing. It just makes your lash line look thicker without having to add any color, and when you're going for kind of an innocent look like this, it's perfect. And then of course mascara. This is Clinique High Impact Mascara. So I'm going to start my lips with a lip primer. This is MAC's Prep and Prime Lip. I'm still working out of that one tube that it's almost used up, but it's not quite. The reason why I always use a lip primer is because it helps the lips be a little softer and then also hold your lipstick on, which is great if you're like me, I have a scar over here. So lipstick does tend to bleed on me. And then also if you have a more mature skin, sometimes you can get a lot of feathering with lipstick, so it's very helpful. So while that's setting, I'm going to apply my Cargo, this is called High Definition Makeup Blush Highlighter. One of my absolute favorites. It's kind of similar to like NARS Orgasm. It's sort of that peachy pink kind of job. And I want that really innocent look, so I'm going to apply this to the apples and then work it back. Pretty heavy application. Almost no space on my palette left, but I have a little tiny bit right there. And this is OCC's Lip Tar in Not Safe for Work, or NSFW. And same brush that I used to apply the primer, the lip primer, just edging some out from the main glob, if that makes sense. Once I have that all on my lip, I'm taking MAC's Brick Lip Liner. And I'm just perfecting and cleaning up the edges with this. Okay, so this looks great on its own with the matte lip, but I do actually want to bring it to that next level and do a glossy lip, mostly because I actually just got this one and I want to use it. It's Manic Panic High Voltage Gloss. It has a mirror on one side, and then when you open it, a light turns on. Like lights up your face while you're doing your gloss. How cool. And it smells like cookies. there you have it. That is my modern interpretation of Snow White. I hope that you guys enjoyed this tutorial and all of my other Disney Princess series videos. I will have a link to them in the down bar if you haven't already seen them, or if you'd like to watch them again. And have a fantastic day. I'll see you guys in my next video. Just be yourself. Say bye.